Hello to my courageous family of light. Welcome back, or if you're a first timer, welcome to my channel. My name's Claudia, and I'm happy to have you all here at this time to share in this walk upon the earth and our desire to live in a better place with more peace amongst all people and more joy, perhaps hope where hope hasn't been for a while, inspired creative living, and I'm happy to have company on that journey for myself and for you. So we've been talking about, and I call this channel Your Soul Matters, because you are a non-physical being in a physical body. How strange is that? But it is the truth. What you cannot see is the soul, but it is a part of us. It's a part of who we are. It's a part of what drives us to be who we are. It is our inspired action and creativity that nudges us on our daily lives to do, really to be the best that we can be. And in being the best we can be, it will lead us to inspired action, or the doing part of us humans. So thank you for being here. That's the journey that we're on, is to connect with that being part of us to help us move our lives along at this time. So many of you have noted, or I've noted that many of you have said you're stuck, or things just aren't moving. You've had to make many changes as a result of all of the restrictions and limitations that are being imposed upon us right now, many of our freedoms being taken away. So what we've talked about so far has been, that thoughts are things, and our thoughts are what are attracting our lives to us. And in order to make a change, we have to become consciously aware of where we've been, what we're doing while we're there, and then come up with our own plan or intention to shift that into more positive action and things. And so this is where thoughts are things make a big difference. Thoughts that either lift you up and elevate you into joyous action and activities, thoughts and thinking, or things that weigh you down and into limitations, restrictions, and keep us from our own harmony. So words are powerful. They're extremely powerful, and it's one of the things that you can begin doing on a daily basis, a regular basis, to become a consciously aware human, is to begin monitoring the thoughts that you're having when you're in a place that you don't want to be, where there's unhappiness, anger, resentment, restrictions, barriers, anything that's stopping you from, did you get angry at somebody who cut you off in the grocery line? And is that useful? Is that purposeful? So if you want more meaning in your life, you've got to say to yourself, is that really, really what I want? Because what we know is that what you're thinking is what you're attracting to yourself. And if you're in a place of disharmony, you're going to attract that to you. Sort of like throwing gasoline on a fire that's already going, if you contribute to that. So with that in mind, then let's look at the power behind words. And so along those lines, we talked a little bit about you being, let's just look at that, because if you are clever, talented, joyful, skilled, strong, capable, vital, healthy, prosperous, confident, if you feel like what you are doing is worthwhile and that you're making a difference, then you're generally likely feeling more satisfied. If you're feeling limited, that you cannot progress beyond where you are at work or in your relationships, then it's time to monitor your thoughts and jot down a few thoughts about what you're actually thinking about the person that you may be interacting with, or the situation, and overall what the limitations or barriers are to you. If we're thinking, I guess what I want to say is, if you're struggling in any way, it's typically a result of unintentionally making decisions that keep us in a state of adversity, keep you in a state of adversity. So making decisions, and you may not know another way, you may not know another route. The other thing is that if you have been, or find yourself thinking that you're not worthy, that you're not skilled enough, you're not talented enough, that you're not worthwhile, that you don't belong in a particular job, or that you're not capable of doing something. And I took piano lessons for a while and wasn't particularly encouraged to do that. I'm going to say I wasn't discouraged, but it was not really a forte, and I didn't like it. It was something I was kind of forced to do, and just I was not good at it. And of course, you get teased by other children, maybe not so much my parents. My parents were always happy with me trying things, but other kids just, can bully you or taunt or torment you. Now, what I want to say about that is, this is foundational for children. It's what happens to them during those years, and whether somebody of authority in their lives and love recognizes or sees that the child is not happy, not living up to their potential, and is unable to encourage them, then the child is going to likely feel stuck at some point. And so these things are not a part of who we truly are. Anything that has you believe that you're any of those things I mentioned, not worthwhile, not capable, not skilled enough, not pretty enough, not wise enough, whatever it is, there's no truth in that. So just repeat that after me. There is no truth in any of those things that is less than super. Super. You're a super duper human. You are a being, a divine being of light. You come from source. You're Father, Mother, God, Creator. And so the Creator doesn't make goofy stuff. Well, he made me, and I'm a little squirrely at times, but it's okay. You can join me in having a little fun. The point of what I'm saying there is that those are thoughts that, through patterns, habits, beliefs, and repetition, you may have come at an unconscious level to believe, and there's no truth in it. Authentic or true happiness is acceptance of everything in your life that is it's accepted as part of your journey, everything that has happened is simply come into your life to help you grow, to help you shift and move closer to knowing and understanding that you are an incredibly talented, skilled, caring, resourceful, compassionate, loving, vital, healthy, prosperous, confident individual. All of those things, hopefully you heard them and they uplifted you. If you heard any of those words and you did not feel the energy of truth in it, then it is something that I would challenge you to put in you believed that you were not that. And again, I repeat, there's no truth in that. So what our Creator gave us was a body that registers. And I'm just going to say you're an electrical system. You eat to fuel your body the same way you have a battery in your car. The battery has acid in it. It forms a charge, and that helps the car to go. I mean, you have to fuel it. And so that's what we're doing when we eat. We're fueling our bodies to create a charge so that we can go, that we'll be able to go through our lives healthy, strong, vital in our days. So if that's not happening for you, oh, excuse me just a minute. I'm going to pause here. Well, let me just keep going. So you have a body that tells you when you're happy, and you have a body tells you when you're not. When you're elevated, you're uplifted, you're thriving, you're vital, you're happy, you're just humming right along, then you are operating at your soul level. And when you're not, and thoughts that weigh you down actually carry a weight that drops the cells of your body into a state of where sometimes you have to drag yourself along. So that's the point of this, is how do you turn that around? Well, there's one way I mentioned, and that is to realize that there's no truth in knowing or believing or feeling in any way that you are less than divine perfection. So my way of thinking about this is that we are works of divine perfected art, and that art is always in progress. It's like the canvas is up and you paint the colors and fill in the pieces that don't have anything where you want, and with the colors that you want. This is you creating your life. So the way we do that most is, like I say, to turn away from things that are not serving a useful purpose. If it's a thought that you've been thinking for a while, then you're really punishing yourself to stay in those thoughts. So let's shift and move towards something that's more positive. It'll create more positive things will enter into your life. Okay, so first of all, or second of all, third, where I don't know which point I'm on at this point, I'm just kind of moving through this. Your authentic happiness is acceptance of everything that happens in your life. So if you can understand that you are here to learn that you are that divine being, that you have all these possibilities available to you in your life, and that you can begin turning towards that, let's begin with the steps to do that. And so the way I start my day is in gratitude. And the first thing I do is I become aware that I'm awake. And I say, oh, this is a good thing. I'm breathing, and my eyes may be closed, but I'm breathing, and I get another shot at this this life thing that I don't know how to do so well. And I'm grateful for that. So I monitor and notice my breathing. I'm becoming consciously aware of my body, and whether it's in a state of comfort or discomfort. And so make myself comfortable. Notice the warmth and the cushioning that I'm lying on, maybe the pillow. Notice my breathing and being grateful for that. Open my eyes or leave them closed as you wish. Being grateful for the body, that the heart is beating, that blood is pumping through the veins and arteries, and that my fingers and toes and everything is there. And I begin being grateful for that. And I just am, I'm so thankful. If you can be grateful for as long as you can, it takes about 20 seconds, a little less than that, for a shift to begin in your awareness. That you're going to then, the longer you can stay in that gratitude, the more at ease your body will be in accepting a wonderful day. So, be grateful that even if the sun isn't out, that the sun is behind the clouds. There's a sun, and that sun is a life-giving force. That there's air to breathe, that you have the ability to see or walk or talk or whatever it is, to write, to eat your food, and that food is from this beautiful earth. Be grateful for every morsel that goes in your mouth, and for all of those who contributed to growing, harvesting, and bringing it to your door or into the grocery store. Gratitude is what I'm after here. Start a gratitude journal and begin your day that way. That's the first thing. The second is just the opposite of that. If you wake up and think, and my brother said this to me one day. He said, I think you wake up and you think, oh, what do I want to do today? And he said, and I wake up every day and I say, whatever his name is, let's take Joe. Joe, get up and go to bed. Joe, get up and go to bed. Joe, get up and go to work. Joe, and he has to repeat that a half a dozen times just to be able to say, I got to get up now and do that. Well, even if it's a job that you really don't want to go to that day, if you begin saying thank you for the ability to earn some money, thank you for the ability to have to pay for the roof that's over my head and the groceries that are on my table and the gas that goes in my car, whatever it is, you're shifting from the I don't want to do this into gratitude. And remember, with thoughts being things and what you think about, the universal law, the law that applies to you as a being of light and energy, light energy, is that where you put your attention is what you're attracting to yourself. So if you really don't want to go to that job today, likely are going to have some challenges all throughout the day. If you start your day in gratitude, it will ease that burden. So that's one of the things that's very important. Thoughts and words have a tremendous amount of weight in your life, and you can make your life a little easier and a little better, or you can weigh yourself down. So you can actually harmonize who you are with what you want in that way. And basically that means you are becoming a conscious human. So that's the thought I'm leaving you with today, is becoming a conscious human, becoming aware of how you may be attracting things that you do not want into your life, and shifting the thoughts to more positive ways of being and thinking. So that's it for today. I want to thank you for being here. Please make comments, and I will do my best to respond to any comments that I find there. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and even share with your friends. Your subscribing is what helps this channel to grow and for us to go together on this walk through life. Thanks again for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.